Georgia travels to Starkville, Mississippi this weekend to take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs, who are fresh off of their first conference win under Jeff Lebby. Now, the offenses in this game are pretty comparable. Mississippi State and Georgia, they score just about the same amount of points per game. State throws for more, Georgia runs for more. Defensively, there's a very large gap. Georgia is third in the SEC in yards allowed per game, and Mississippi State is 14th. Now, Georgia, they're coming off of that emotional win over Florida in Jacksonville. Now they have to fly to Starkville for an 11 a.m. local kick against a state team who just got their first conference win, and they're going to bring in the cowbells. They're going to have some juice in Starkville this weekend. And this is a pretty big time trap spot for Georgia. You're coming off the Florida win. Now you have to go on the road before you host a Texas team who's going to be playing for their playoff lives. Like, Georgia has been whistling by the graveyard. They've been close to losing a lot of these games, and they've been able to fight through it and win. They're going to get bit at some point. And Mississippi State, when they've been at home, they almost beat Texas. They should have beaten Tennessee, and they really should have beaten Florida on the road. Like, this is a very dangerous team, and they've proven that against some of the better teams in the conference, Florida aside. And Georgia, they still have a loss in their back pocket to make the playoff, in my opinion. So is there a part of them that's looking at that and saying, look, we got Texas, we got Georgia Tech. I think they have a cupcake as their other last game, but whatever. So are they looking at that and saying, those are the games we need to focus on? We know we have one in our pocket. Now, in years past, I would say that's not going to happen to a Kirby Smart team. This is not really a Kirby Smart team. They're not dominating people. They're able to make the adjustments and survive, but this is not the Georgia team from 22 and 23. If it was those teams, I'd have no question about Georgia going into the spot, staying focused, and dominating Mississippi State. I have those questions now. They can't dominate people like they have in the past. There are a lot of alarm bells going off for me in this game, and I can't turn them off. I'm going to take Mississippi State to pull the upset over Georgia, 31-28, something like that. Obviously, it'll be a close game. I'm worried about this spot for Georgia. I'm worried about how consistently they've been just getting by. Just barely winning these games. That's going to bite them at some point. And whether it's now, whether it's against Texas or Georgia Tech, I don't think Georgia finishes the year 11-1. This is a big game for them because it allows them a loss against Texas or Georgia Tech. I'm a little worried they're not going to get that. Give me Mississippi State to pull the upset in Starkville this weekend.